an injury can ruin everything.
Well, there's so many fighters that get concussions in training, and then, they get chinny when they get into the fight. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Especially the early days. There was a lot of guys who got hit.
Me. Yeah, like the early days, we didn't really have classes that were organized, man. It was just sparring and choking each other out, and with 4-ounce gloves sparring. Like, we didn't know. We didn't know.
Isn't that crazy?
Like 2006, dude, we used to beat each other up every day. That was MMA training. And then it wasn't these super gyms where everything was under one roof. I would drive to a boxing gym, drive another 45 minutes to a jiu-jitsu gym. It was put everything together on fight night, but you would train everywhere else because there wasn't mixed martial arts gyms back then, really. I would drive to a kickboxing gym, boxing gym, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. It was all separate.
Well, also, you were in a place that didn't have like a high volume of MMA fighters in your state.
Right. Back then, like Rich Clementi, Melvin Gillard were the big guys from Louisiana,
Right.
Then Tim Crater came, got
Crazy Tim got
on The Ultimate Fighter, and then I went to his gym once he got out of the TV show. And me and him trained for years and years. He still has a gym in Lafayette, Louisiana.
I love Tim. I've known Tim since I first worked out with him in like '98 at Machado's.
Well, he was in maybe the Navy, so he was in California stationed there, and I think that's when he started jiu-jitsu. He was Louisiana's first black belt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I knew him from that, and then he was fighting in the UFC.
He was always around the MMA scene. Him and Eve Edwards were good friends. They opened a gym maybe in Houston or something. He was cornering Eve in Pride, and then I met Eve through Tim. And it's a big family, man.
Eve's a guy that I always say there was a time where he was the best 155-pounder on earth. I know, isn't that nuts? Yeah. Isn't that nuts? That's so hard for people to understand, how crazy it is.
Like being through the lineage of Thug Jitsu, man, it sucks to say like that he can't say he was a champion, but I know he was.
He was.
He was the best.
He was the best. At one point in time, he was the best.
He lived out here before he moved to LA. So before I moved to South Florida to train an American Top Team, I used to drive 6 hours here and stay with Eve. He always had wrestlers down here. This is like beginning of my WEC days. I would drive down here and train with Eve, man. He was another guy who was ahead back in the day.
Yes.
Because he comes from NHB, like hook and shoot, the crazy days.
Yes, yes.
And he was doing it all. Good jiu-jitsu, good kickboxing. He fell in love with wrestling. I was such a big fan of Eve, man.
He invented some moves too. You remember that one thing that he would do where guys were on a single and he hit a dude with a flying knee, a jumping knee?
That was, dude, I'm an MMA historian, bro.
Yeah.
That was Elite XC, I believe, maybe.
Was it?
And that was Edson Berto.
Was it?
I think Andre Berto's brother, the boxer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that
he had a single leg. He was hopping and then jumped up and out cold.
Yeah, it was crazy. It is Elite XA. Look at you, bro.
I mean,
try that again. Look at this. This move is brilliant. That's brilliant.
That's Edson Berto.
Well,
and I believe Andre and Edson's dad was a mixed martial artist.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's such a slick move.
Yeah, he's so crafty, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, that head kick that he landed on Josh Thompson from the middle of that wild, crazy scramble, jumping roundhouse kick to the head.
Dude, and they still play it every opener of the UFC.
Yeah.
They still play it, as they should. I mean, it was incredible.
Absolutely. Yeah, you gotta give credit to Eve. He was one of the real pioneers.
For sure.
And
way before this was cool.
Yeah.
Way before.
Yeah. But to be stuck at like 155, like that was his weight class, and then there's no title.
Yeah. They were the two best guys in the world at that time, him and Josh Thompson.
Yeah.